What does the Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild strike have to do with you? Will you ignore it because it has nothing to do with you except for maybe your Netflix subscription? Or will you join us and not go silently into that good night? I'm an actor. I'm also a musician. And I can say that it's been a very up and down journey. As a member of the Screen Actors Guild, I can tell you that it takes so much work to even get to that point, to even be eligible. And we're talking thousands of hours of work, classes upon classes, photo shoots, just so that I can have marketing materials, so that people will even look at me. So when an actor finally books a job and you have a streaming service that is making millions of dollars all the time, it's a lot like a tradesman, where there's a great metaphor in the contracting world. A carpenter comes in to a lady's house. She says, hey, I need you to inspect this. I got a creaky floorboard. Carpenter walks around, squeaks it a bit, and he says, I can fix it for $1,200. And she said, okay, please do. Because every other estimate she got was a complete tear out. He pulls out one nail and one hammer and finds the spot where the floorboard's loose, pops one nail in there. Fixed. He says, all right, your floor's fixed. I'll need that $1,200 now. And she'll say, wait a second, it's fixed? What did I just pay $1,200 for? He said, well, you paid for one nail, one hammer, and 20 years of experience. You see, in trade work, knowledge is huge, okay? So it's not like where you clock in at a 9-to-5 job and you have a base set of hourly pay for what you're doing. In the trade world, we set our own salaries, and it's based off of knowledge and good business and diligence. And if the person doesn't want to accept it, that's their call. In the entertainment industry, we have unions to protect the way that people are paid, because there's so much with dealing with that. What we have is a situation where the streaming services have completely monopolized the industry. They're working towards that, and they're staying away from being an actual monopoly because it's different business entities, but they're all doing the same thing. And what they're doing is they're paying people, first off, less for a day rate, and then they're giving out nothing for royalties. And that used to be the entire way that people in the entertainment industry got paid. And it's not out of some privilege, it's actually mathematical. Okay, we are paid our royalties based on how much money that production makes. And what has happened is the corporate CEOs and the bigwigs have systematically made it so that we are no longer getting those types of royalties. I have a friend who was in 3 major productions last year where she was way high up on the call sheet, and she told me a shocking thing that she made like $16 in royalties last year. 20, 30 years ago, it would have been $250,000. Okay? Now, where is all that money going? This is the part where we're getting into something where it's really bad, what's happening. What we have is a fascist takeover. They are making it so that art is going to be able to be used as a propaganda tool. It will no longer be free, and it will be generated by an AI, artificial intelligence, computer, who's actually just able to write a script like this, all right? And the problem is, amongst many things, is that eventually they will be able to make that their own propaganda tool. And that's a huge problem, because this is a right-wing attack on Hollywood. And it's for the purpose of ushering in fascism. So what does this have to do with you? Well, if you'll notice, there's been strikes across all industries right now happening, not just the entertainment industry. A lot of these strikes are happening in industries where workers are being replaced by AI or even robots. This is not a science fiction movie. This is actually happening. This is real. So we can see how our salaries are already being replaced by these systems that they're now integrating into and implementing. And they're slowly weeding out the workforce and the demand for it. They told us all to find a trade, that a trade will always be safe. Well, that's not true. Even in the trade world, salaries are being exploited, and it comes from insurance companies. You see, the trade world is all based off of, the billing is based off of insurance payouts. As a contractor, you will know how much that job is worth if it was an insurance job, and if you're bidding that out to the customer, you're gonna say, hey, here's how much it would cost if like this was an insurance claim, but because it's out of pocket, we're gonna do it for a little less, and this is where we're at. So what we're seeing is, slowly but surely, and they did this to our generation, they took all of the lucrative amount of pay, any amount of gainful wage has been taken away, and they're basically compensating you flat out for your time at this point. Do you see the trend? So that's what's happening in the entertainment world in a nutshell. People are getting their time compensated for their actual day of work, and they get zero equity in the project. Also, this is even worse, they're going to be able to use our likenesses forever for other things. So now as actors, and I'm sure my likeness is owned already, they can use my likeness in another film and not hire me for that, and I make nothing off of it. What will happen out of this is the A-list actors will basically be the only ones that are actually getting any work, and very soon they'll be on the chopping block as well. No one's safe here. The problem is that if we let this go, it will be a trend throughout the entire economy in every industry. and that will usher in all of the things that you don't want to happen will happen. We can just say that right now in a nutshell.